You know how to eat healthy, you know you should move your body, you probably even know what kind of workout split works best for you. Yet every time you start strong, something happens. You lose momentum, get busy, or tell yourself you'll start over on Monday. And you're not lazy and you're not broken. You're just wired for safety and not change. The human brain's job is to conserve energy and protect you from discomfort. So every time you try to level up, it quietly guides you back to what's familiar. That's why you can know exactly what to do and still not do it. Before we go deeper, if this already sounds like you, if you're tired of wasting your time, energy, and money on plans that never stick, I want you to check out Rewired. Rewired is my 6-week transformation program that bridges the gap between knowing and doing. It's for women who want to be consistent, energized, and proud of themselves again, but without guilt or burnout. The link is below, but stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why you keep restarting and how to actually fix it for good. Most people think their problem is willpower. They tell themselves, if I could just stay disciplined, I'd be fine. But you're already proven that you're disciplined. You've started before, you've meal prepped, you've planned, researched, journaled, you care. The problem isn't the effort, it's alignment. You're spending energy fighting yourself instead of designing a system that works with you. That's why more information doesn't always help. You don't need another list of tips. You need a framework that makes consistency automatic and natural. When I began my own fitness journey, I believed effort alone could fix everything. I was constantly chasing motivation, trying new workouts, new diets, new planners, and each time I burned out. I thought the solution was to try it harder next time. But every round of starting over was costing me more time, more energy, and more self-trust. It wasn't until I learned how my brain actually worked that everything clicked. I realized my patterns weren't personal, they were programmed. Once I started rewiring those patterns, the effort I was already giving finally started producing results. And that's what Rewired does. It saves you from years of trial and error by teaching you to work with your wiring instead of against it. You update the operating system behind your habits so that your energy starts flowing into progress instead of resistance. And then you pair it with structure because awareness without action is just potential. And that's where Strongher comes in. It's the physical container that lets you practice your new mindset every day. So let's talk about how to start. Here are the 3 steps I teach inside Rewire that will help you finally close the gap between what you know and what you do. The first step is awareness. Most people try to change behavior without ever identifying the loop that causes it. You can't change what you don't understand. So starting by noticing what happens in the moments before you fall off. Is it stress, boredom, comparison, decision fatigue? For one of my clients, Shira, her trigger was overwhelm. Whenever work piled up, she'd skip a workout to save time, only to feel worse afterwards. When we tracked it, she realized skipping her workouts didn't save time, it stole energy. That awareness alone changed her pattern. So write down your trigger. Keep a quick note in your phone. When do you feel least consistent? And what story are you telling yourself in those moments? Awareness is the map. It turns self-criticism into curiosity. Instead of saying, what's wrong with me? You start asking, what's happening to me? And that tiny reframe gives you back control. The second step is identity. You can't build consistent habits from an identity that still believes you're inconsistent. Your brain always acts in alignment with who you believe you are. If you think of yourself as someone who's trying to stay healthy, you'll always be just trying. But if you shift to I'm a woman who prioritizes her energy and well-being, every decision filters through that belief automatically. Inside Rewired, we do deep identity work because change built on shame just doesn't last, and it only lasts when it's anchored in self-respect. Start asking, who do I want to be? And then act as if you're her already. That means if your higher self time blocks workouts, you do it too. If she preps nourishing meals, you do it too. When you act from that future identity, your brain begins updating its blueprint in real time. One of my Rewired clients, Ellie, had struggled through self-trust for years. She'd start every program convinced this would finally be the one. But the moment life got messy, she'd quit. So we worked on rewriting her identity statement from I'm someone who keeps trying to I'm a woman who follows through. Every time she showed up, whether for a full workout or a 10-minute walk, she was proving that that statement was true, strengthening that belief. That's how identity work rewires your nervous system because repetition in action creates change. And the third step is structure. Awareness shows you the loop, identity gives you the intention, and structure locks it in. You need a container that makes showing up non-negotiable and easy. That's why I created Stronger, because it takes all the mental clutter out of the fitness part. No more wondering what workout to do, how long it'll take, or whether it counts. It's 3 to 4 days a week, 45 to 60 minutes each, fully mapped out. It's all body and free weight based, and it's progressive. It fits into real life because consistency isn't about doing more, it's about removing friction. Think about how much time and money you waste searching for new workouts, scrolling fitness TikTok, trying random challenges that burn you out after 2 weeks. Stronger gives you back that time by giving you direction. It gives you back your energy by building a routine that supports you instead of drains you. And it saves you money because you stop hopping from one short-term plan to the next. It's the physical practice of everything that we teach inside Rewired. And when you put these 3 steps together, awareness, identity, and structure, you create a closed loop of consistency. Awareness tells you what's been holding you back. Identity shifts who you believe you are, and structure keeps you anchored when life gets busy. This combination is what I call embodied alignment. You're no longer forcing habits, you're living them. It's your lifestyle. And I want you to imagine what that would feel like for a second. To wake up already knowing what your day looks like, to go to bed proud instead of guilty, to have a system that keeps you consistent without the mental exhaustion of constantly recommitting. That's what happens when you rewire your brain and build the right structure. It's not about becoming a new person. It's about remembering who you were before all the self-doubt made you question your potential. I've watched client after client experience it. Dina told me after finishing Rewired that this was the first time she's been able to stick to a workout without hating them. I finally feel like the fitness fits me. That's what she said. And Kayla, one of my Rewired students, said, I used to spend hours overthinking and hundreds of dollars chasing motivation, but now I have more energy, mental clarity than ever, and I actually look forward to my routine. They both save time, energy, and money by shifting from forcing to flowing. That's what I want for you too, because the real waste isn't the gym membership or the meal plan. It's the mental energy you spend doubting yourself. It's the time you spend restarting. It's the guilt you carry for promises you were never taught how to keep. Rewire teaches you how to keep them, and Stronger is a good tool to help you prove them. Together, they make your healthy lifestyle simple, sustainable, and guilt-free. If you're nodding right now, thinking this is me, you can check out the whole Rewired program and Stronger program, the links in the description. Rewired is more of a full-length, full transformation program, and Stronger is just a step in the right direction if you need specific help within your fitness journey. You'll save months of trial and error, regain hours of your week, and finally feel at peace with your own consistency. Here's the truth. You've already spent enough time doing it the hard way. You've spent energy forcing routines that don't fit your life. You spent money on temporary fixes that never address the root. Now it's time to invest in something that gives back. Your confidence, your energy, your freedom. Rewired and Stronger were built to do that exactly. They give you the roadmap, that vehicle, and you just have to drive. If you're ready to stop starting over, to wake up feeling organized, energized, and proud of how you show up, join me inside Rewired. And if you want the simplest way to embody it day by day within your fitness routine, grab the Stronger Guide. Both of them I built from my own experience, my own struggles that I went through on my wellness journey. And I tried my best to figure out how I can package what I learned and what worked for me, my clients, and my students for anybody who's interested. Remember, consistency isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up again and again, not to prove your worth, but to honor it. Once you rewire your mind and give that new identity structure to live in, you'll never have to start over again. You'll just keep growing. The whole mindset will be different. And that's what it means to live rewired. That's what it means to be stronger. My biggest passion is health and wellness, and I just want to be able to share anything I learned that was valuable in my journey. There's so much noise out there with all the fitness and nutrition and all these influencers and creators, and it all just seems so conflicting and confusing. And that's why you're stuck also, because it's just an information overload. They're usually based on extremes that are unsustainable. So everything I create is kind of from the lens of how can I live the most well-rounded, balanced life that keeps this in my lifestyle long-term for the rest of my life. You know, it's not about a quick fix. It's about long-term lifestyle changes. If you have any questions about where you are in your personal health and wellness journey, whether it's fitness, nutrition, meditation, whatever it is, implementation, or if you need some type of guidance, or if you just want a question of how you can move forward best, just book a call with me. It's free. I just like to be able to talk to you about how I can best assist you on this journey, because this is my service to the world. So always remember to take deep breaths and live mindfully.